is 5:30. I'll call the meeting to order. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call.
Fairboak.
Here.
Clark.
Here.
Herman.
Here.
Eisenbrun. Hodge.
Here.
Jacobs. Larrabee.
Here.
Okay, so our next item is to approve the agenda. We do have one addition to the agenda. We have an item of recognition, and we will do that right after number 5. Is there a motion?
Move to approve as amended. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so any potential conflicts of interest to declare? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to an item of recognition. So first off, I want to congratulate Chief on his promotion. The team has been working on this as a surprise for you, and they have called it Operation Bald Eagle. So I just want to say a few things, and then we might have a little ceremony. So Pat Roeder, he started his law enforcement career in 1991 in Gary, Nebraska Police Department. He served as a patrol supervisor and the drug task force in Gary, and I'm having a hard time reading tonight. So after an arduous search by the city of Spearfish for a new police chief in 2001, he accepted the position, and it was offered by then Mayor Jerry Cranbeck, and he started working for the city on June 4th, 2001. Pat has been a very influential personality during his tenure as police chief. I like how they called you a personality there. Some of his accomplishments as chief are creating a new and more effective chain of command, and actually we see him continuing to do that, advancing the department's use of modern technology and guiding the department through new records management upgrades, which is a huge task. Moving the police administration offices from the second floor back to City Hall, where they are currently, which created more effective department communications and supervision. He was very much into fashion. He was changed the police officer uniform to a more universally recognized dark blue and changing to a unique custom police shield instead of a star badge. He created the first school resource officer position in late 2001 in cooperation with the Spearfish School District. He guided the police department's growth from 14 sworn police officers to currently 23. He was instrumental in reorganizing the downtown parking district and ensuring that his employees have the best possible equipment and training to better serve the community of Spearfish. Pat has served on the South Dakota Chiefs of Police Board, was appointed the South Dakota State Committee to guide an amendment to Marcy's Law, which outlines victims' rights and the process to invoke them. He has served on numerous boards in and around the city of Spearfish. He was instrumental in getting the Spearfish Youth Flag Football League started. He has coached youth sports for most of his career in Spearfish, and which has made him very familiar figure to most kids and parents in our community. He coached my son included. I'm very thankful for that. And he served on the Spartan Booster Club. So Pat has provided insightful leadership throughout his service to the community of Spearfish, and since 1885, Pat has the distinction of having been the longest serving police chief in the history of Spearfish, and we thank you for that. And I wanted to say what I really admire about you and why, all this came about really is you're not heavy-handed. You treat people with respect, and you're very fair, and you have a great internal drive to train and promote your officers. And watching you, you can judge a man by how he speaks about the people that he leads, and you are very positive of all these men and women that are under your care, and you understand and you really encourage their strengths, and each of them, and honestly, just so you know, like when we're talking, he is very excited about what he sees in the department and talking about the strengths of this person and that person and how it's all going to work, and that's why I'm definitely sure that you are in the right position. So with that, we have just a recognition of your promotion, and I'd like to invite Lynette to come up and give you your badge.
That was a good surprise. It was not, I had no clue what everybody was here for, so that was very nice. Thank you for your support, your confidence, for letting me be here. It's been tremendously fun over the last 20 years, and I'm kind of renewed and excited to keep doing what I'm doing in a little bit different role. There's some things, as the fire guys will attest to, that I have a lot less knowledge about, but I'm learning. So thank you. This was awesome. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, consent agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on those? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Says roll call.
Oh my goodness, already. Roll call.
Clark,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Todd,
Yeah.
and Larrabee.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, city administration, approved professional service agreement with HDR Engineering for services related to the potential purchase of the Violin property.
Thank you, Mayor. In your contract, you will see an agreement from HDR. We've asked them to give us a professional services contract to perform the survey and the soil boring requirements at the Velam parcel, so we know that we can in fact build homes and roads and water and sewer on that project. And they'll also, as a part of that report, tell us, make the recommendations for the footings and other requirements for the city utilities. So lion's share of that is the survey and the soil borings, and then there's some miscellaneous coordination and meetings in that contract, and we would recommend your approval.
Per the wording on here, it's the potential purchase, so you're recommending spending 27,000 for soil borings and stuff for something that the city may not elect to do?
Madam Mayor. That's correct. If we spend $21,000 learning what the soils are like out there, if the soils are not good, we certainly wouldn't want to spend $600,000 on the parcel. And so absolutely, I would recommend doing this as part of the due diligence period.
Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call.
Clark,
No.
Herman,
Yes.
Todd,
Yes.
Larrabee.
Yes.
Motion carries. Under engineering, approve the sole source purchase of 29 LED decorative streetlights with fixtures from Sternberg Lighting, Gray Bar Electrical Company at $234,900.
Thank you, Mayor. Pinch hitting for Kyle tonight. What we found during phase one of the Jackson Boulevard construction is a significantly long lead time on the purchase of the LED lights. I believe it's taken over 6 months just to get them ordered and here to install. So we're asking your consideration to move forward with the pre-purchase of these lights for phase 2 Jackson Boulevard. At committee, Kyle indicated the electrical engineer's recommendation of 27 lights. They've firmed that number up, and it's actually 29 lights to get the proper foot candles we need on the ground for that project. He did get the quote back, and to our surprise, the price per light has gone down. For Jackson phase 1, we paid $7,156 for the light. They're proposing these lights at $6,342 per light, so about an $800 savings per light. Kyle wanted to confirm that the clamshell base was a part of this quote. If it isn't, that would be additional $200 per light. So he's asking for your authorization to proceed with a not to exceed amount of $200,000 for this project. Ashley, Kyle, and Michelle have done the research to make sure that we're within our legal authority to call this a sole source procurement. Obviously, we want these lights to match the existing lights on phase 1, and so we were very comfortable about the sole source procurement purchase.
Okay.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call again.
Clark,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Hodge,
Yes.
Clarenbeek,
Yes.
motion carried.
Thank you. Under Finance, we have a public hearing to consider an application from Sajan okay. Are they here? No, I was hoping they pronounced their name for me. For a Himalayan Indian cuisine and an on-off sale malt beverage license located at 6764 Colorado Loop, Suite 2. Is there anyone?
No one signed up.
No one has signed up, so I will open the public hearing, and no one has signed up, so I will close the public hearing.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approve first reading of ordinance 1308, an ordinance amending chapter 13, the solid waste. Oh, is it Michelle? Oh, it's under finance, sorry.
That's okay. Ordinance 1308 will revise the entire Chapter 13 section on solid waste. A lot of this section is being pulled out and put into policy. In the city, there is a draft policy in the packet for you to review also. We'll actually take action on that next council meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, approve Resolution 2019-26, correcting the numerical designation of 24 to 27. Okay?
And lots of numbers in that one.
Yes.
We have two Resolution 2019-24 on the book right now. This will correct the one that was passed in November 18th to be number 27 instead.
Okay.
It's the fee resolution that we passed then.
Move to approve.
Second.
And discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Then let's go to Resolution 2019-25 to set fees charged by the city.
You're open? Yes. This resolution will set 3 fees that we missed in the solid waste ordinance passed in November. And then we also did pull one of the fees that were included in the Chapter 13 into our fee schedule.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion on those? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Human Resources. First, may I approve the 2020 grade and step scale with increase of 2.4%.
2.4 CPI it'll be effective 12/15/2018. Each year, our grade and step scale is adjusted by the cost of living inflation rate set by the state of South Dakota. For 2020, it was set at 2.4%.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Approve the 2020 positions and pay grades. This is a listing of all the different positions within the city and where their positions are graded at.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion on those? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries.
Approve the 2020 wages effective 12/15/2019. These will be published in the minutes from the city council meeting of 1/6. According to state law, we do have to publish all wages, so you will approve them tonight because with the pay period going effective 12/15, they'll actually be paid out on 1/3/2020, which would be before they would be published. So that's the reason we're here tonight requesting approval. They will be published in the wages though or they will be published in the minutes of 1/6, 2020 city council meeting also.
Move to approve.
Second.
In discussion? Okay, roll call.
Clark,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Hodge,
Yep.
Clarenbeek,
Yes.
motion carried.
Thank you, Jody. Planning and zoning, we have a concept plan amendment and final plan approval for Violent.
Mayor.
This recommendation is coming to you from the Planning Commission for approval. It includes two different segments of the plan. What I'll do is I'll start with the concept plan amendment, and then we can move on to the final plan, which Ryan Wardeman is the applicant on that part. So today's concept plan amendment presented to you is to convert the north half of the Violin Master Plan into two parcels. This corresponds to our workforce housing project, Parcel A, which is the primary lot under consideration, the option parcel that we've discussed in the past, the 20 acres of Parcel B. With this change, it will convert what is a mixed-use commercial townhouse duplex project in the north end of the site and single-family into single-family and very likely open space with the advent of the next round of responses from the RFP for the workforce housing project. Parcel B, of course, is phase 2 for the option for the expansion of that concept. So both A and B would be amended from its current plan to allow the workforce housing project. And the individual site plans will be coming back to the Planning Commission and back to you again, so that you'll see where the proposal will show roads and lots and all that. So that level of detail is not available yet until after we go through that process. So you'll see this one more time to look at that particular proposal, actually twice probably, one to award the RFP and then the second time to look at the preliminary plat. So that's what's happening for A and B. Tract H is the location of the proposal by Ryan Werdeman, who is here this evening if you have questions for him. This is the final plan side of the request, providing several footprints here in a phase 1 for storage buildings. Future storage buildings are also kind of sketched in here a little bit. You can kind of see them. So the Development Review District does allow for internal storage. No outside storage is permitted. So one of the things that you have to look at is setbacks. And here they're showing a 90 to a 99-foot setback from Colorado. A very nice tree buffer on the west edge that'll help break down and deal with sort of the long, massive walls that always come with storage buildings. Not much you can do with the architecture on those due to their function. So the use of landscape to kind of soften that edge. And then as time goes on, filling in the rest of the site with additional storage units. So this evening you have two actions here. Number 1, to hold a public hearing, and number 2, to make a motion regarding the concept plan and final plan. And I'm happy to take your questions. And then Ryan also is here in case you have questions on the storage units.
Okay. So first, we'll hold a public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on this matter? Okay, hearing none, I will close the public hearing. Is there any questions or comments from the council on this? No? Okay.
I move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Jana.
Yep.
Next, approve the bill list dated December 16th.
Move to approve.
Second.
And any discussion on those? Okay, roll call.
Clark,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Hodge,
Yes.
Clarenbeek,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Under mayor and council items, I have an FYI. I know you guys heard about this in committee. Tuba Christmas Day was December 15th. And Kaya is actually part of that, and she did not know it, but she was elected to read that, and she was wearing costume. And so there are no pictures because I asked for pictures, but got a great response for Tuba Christmas. So that was good. Next, approve the airport task force. I have, let's see, 2, 4. There are 8 that we have on this task force from the council, be Dan Hodge and Derek Eisenbraun. Then we have Mike Rath, Travis Lantis, that were passed on the board, Ray Gillick, and Corey Macon, because of their positions. And then we're adding Paul Pankinen and Jason Woolston to this task force also. And the reason why we have gone to this task force is because then it's not set and required to have the meetings. They can meet as much as they need to on specific items to give a recommendation, and then not meet when there is no study or action needed, not meeting just to pay the bills. So that's why we're moving forward with this. Any questions with that?
Move
Okay.
to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries on that. We have a year-end special city council meeting, and that will be 12:30, following the combined committee at 4:15. So that's an FYI, make sure it's in your calendars. Anything else from council? Okay, no reports. Departments? Mike?
One item, Mayor. I want to sincerely thank this council for allowing us to have a holiday party. We had an excellent turnout. I think a lot of fun was had by all, and it's just a nice, low-key event that I've gotten several comments from folks on our team that they really appreciated. So thank you. for all
I
that.
have too. It seems people had fun and appreciated it. It was nice. Very good. Thank you. And thank you to the team that put that on too.
Absolutely.
Gina?
Nothing further?
Tyler?
Nothing.
Okay. Ashley? Okay. Michelle?
I do have two quick information items. Prairie Hills Transit, annually they request a grant to help with their vehicle purchases. The purchase of their bus for 2019 has been delayed, so we'll actually bring that request forward in 2020. And then the second item, earlier this year, you approved us to use the First Interstate Bank Purchase Card program, and we can earn cash back on that. We did submit the request today for our cash back and for our first year of use, which is about 7 full months of use on that. We earned $9,632.70 in cash back.
Very good. It was well worth it.
Wes?
Nice. Thank you, Michelle. Dusty?
Nothing, man.
Nothing. Very, okay. What you got for us?
That was well played.
Thank
I
you.
did not figure that out till my family watched. And I usually don't miss much, so well played. Thank you, very humbling. That's all.
That's all you got. Okay. Anything from police department, fire department? Got you both here?
No, nothing. I would just also like to congratulate Director Rudder from me personally and from the fire department itself. He surprisingly blended in well.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Well, that's based on fish and police and fire sometimes.
I know.
But it is something right.
It does look good. It feels good. Thank you.
And well played by the city administrator.
Yes. Operation Bald Eagle. Yep.
I like that.
Yes. Next, we will have a time of public comment. Anyone wishing to speak can go to the podium and state their name and address. Come on, high school seniors. Dying to get up there.
My name is Kobe Siebenoller. I actually live in Bell, but I go to school here in Spearfish.
Okay.
So my address is 1902 11th Avenue. I just thought it was interesting to come in and see the whole process. I'm pretty new to this, but I thought it was well organized, and that's something that we don't see a lot of times in today's world. So I commend you all, and thank you very much for allowing us to help.
Very good, and I think you get extra credit for. So I'm going to write that on your paper when we have to sign it. Very good. Anyone else? No, I will close public comment. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.
Joy to